I mean, just some sort of small profits there. I hadn't worked out as to where I would exit as yet, but hadn't got that far in terms of where I would exit
Yeah,
the trade.
yeah. So since your entry is like this FVG, within this after watching this breakdown, what you want to do is your exit should be at the first higher low, because you see here the structure overall is still an uptrend, right? So what you want to do
Yeah.
is you want to first TP partials at a POI like this, because this here is an order block, if you can mark that out.
Okay.
Also an FVG here, a full fill of an FVG if you like trying to change the time frames. So what you want to do is, I think your entry is a bit too low. You could have gotten a better entry here. So what I would do is like get a better entry there. I would TP partials at the place I just marked, and then I would wait for this whole place.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, I guess the stage that I'm at now is yeah, I wanted to, as I say, is you try and understand, you know, how you spot these things and where you make your decision, what you base your decisions on, you know, on firstly, when you enter a trade, and also, you know, when you would think to exit, because as you say, this whole thing here, if as you say the price goes down, if it starts working its way down, which would be great. Yeah, you know, why would you choose kind of in and around here as to where you would profit, take your profit piece, or partials at least, you know?
Yeah, I'll tell that. So it's basically now I have a clear chart. I'll explain that. So
Great.
since I'm trying to like fade a trend, I think I mentioned this already. Let's just say you're trying to trade a trend, or maybe let's just say I'm trying to fade a trend here, right? Into a short POI, obviously, or maybe a
Yeah,
high got swept, right? It's either like a high got swept as a POI, or it's either you are in a short POI that is an FVG, or maybe an order block, or maybe an NPOC with some order flow confluence. So let's just say you're in a short POI here. What you want to see is, first of all, you want to see some triggers that I just told you. You want to see absorption of buyers, you want to see
yeah,
weakness of price, and then you want to see a break structure. So you take your entry here, and what you want to do is like you want to first TP partials before
okay,
the structure breaks, right? So what usually could happen is it comes back to the lows. Let's just say this is the PY. What's gonna happen is usually what happens is it comes back to the PY, starts to hold, it doesn't break, and then pumps back up.
yeah, I see,
That's
yeah,
why, so that's why you want to TP partials, so you are guaranteed profits.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then your
got it. Okay.
full TP, and then your full TP should be at the extreme. If let's just say this time our POI broke and it did not also when you see like a bounce from these trends, you also want to see does it break the high, or if it shows like a sign of weakness, then it could also mean okay, like the trend is already shifting. You just need confirmation that there is a break structure now, right? So there's like two scenarios here, and the third scenario is in case it breaks down, what you want to do is like you want to TP at the extreme of the move up, right? So there may be multiple break structures here, but you want to already, since there is a break structure now, what you want to do is you want to TP at the extreme of what caused the move up like this.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about what you just said. Um, PT at the extreme. Um, Sorry, can you say that again? Can you maybe put that? Can you maybe draw it on here so I can understand it,
Sure.
please?
Which part didn't you get? The extreme part?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
the extreme part. Yeah,
Yeah, so look at this. Let's just say there's a move down here. We make break structures. I'm just trying to like you see this PA? I'm just trying to draw this here, right?
yeah,
So you see like let's just say this is our long POI. Price is like here right now. Price is here right now, right? So what we want to see is like we want to see a break of structure of the first major low, where this is the first major low here. Since there I don't see any other lows here, right? So this is the first major low. So what you want to see is if you see like a breakdown or the first major low, then it obviously means like, look at this, there is some, wait, not here. So that would obviously mean that there is a lag, that there is a break of structure, the trend has shifted, so it's gonna go down now, right? So the trend has shifted now, it could possibly retrace, and it could go much slower like this, right? So then you want to target the extreme, you know,
got
the extreme of what caused the move up, right? What
this
caused the
here,
whole
this
move up?
basically.
Yep, this here.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I see what you mean, because as you say, if it's broken the first back,
Yeah,
if you like,
yeah.
then
If it was bullish, it should have never broken in the first place, right? If it was bullish, it should have just moved up right away.
yeah, which it still might, it still might bounce now, mightn't it?
I'm sorry, what?
It still might bounce from here.
Yeah. That's why I said, first of all, you recognize weakness here. You first of all, you recognize weakness. If it wants to, like, let's just say, I'll draw it here for you. Let's just say it moves up. It like holds the low. It like holds the low here. It's gonna bump, but you see what caused the move down also causes an FVG, right? So there should be an FVG around here before the move down. And then let's just say it comes to here. And if it doesn't break higher, or maybe makes a 1 minute break of structure, a very tiny micro break of structure, then that also means that, hey, I think we're about to top here. We just need confirmation that there is a break of structure, right? So you see that there's are two scenarios to
Yeah,
identify and mark these levels out.
cool, brilliant, mate. Okay, yeah. So again, of course, we recorded this video, so I can watch that back. So I'll be able to. Yeah, I think I understand those points, which is great. Can I ask you? I want to make some sort of.
Let
Can
me
I?
clear this out. Yeah.
That's what I can go into this one. It's okay. Um, yeah, so it's the same trade as well. It's a euro just on the 5 minute. So what I just wondered as well is because sometimes I'm trying to think of a trade. DXY was getting to a POI,
Right.
and so was euro, but I basically just timed it wrong, so it didn't quite happen. But I was wondering how you deal with when you've got like a price has gone up and then it's then quickly reversed. Are those ones just effectively sort of difficult to like here for example? Let's imagine this was a 1 minute, so
Yeah.
it's gone up and it's almost immediately rejected, so
Yeah.
it's gone down. I mean, yeah, am I? Is it silly to perhaps hope that there maybe those ones can be caught, or would that be classed as something
Yep,
like a
yeah, I understand your point. Can you like move to that bit? Can you move the cursor? Yeah.
yeah?
Or maybe like, can you move the chart to that bit? What's the level behind that? I can't see. Yeah, here. So let's just say, yeah. So let's just say that price is here right now, right? Let's just say we've come into a POI. Well, this is an obvious, right? We are in a major POI here, right? So we could have like set limits and then just let it run, right? So because this is a very clean order block, and then there's obviously the screen rejection. So
Yeah,
zooming in on this PA, you see like we made a move up, we started to chop, and then we continued up. Now, would you counting all this in like a higher time frame short POI, which is this, right? So I'm just trying to duplicate that price action here, right? So we are in a higher time frame short POI, or maybe a lower time frame you could call it. That then let's just assume the price is here. It's above that high there. And would you really want to short this? Maybe not, not yet. Then what you would like to see is like you see a rejection here, and this is like an SFP for you, since we're already in a short POI. That's why. Then you take like a short entry here, put your stops above the designated high, and then you TP. You see this extreme here. You TP at the
yeah,
fulfill of the FVG here, Or maybe if you want to hold, if you're bearish overall, then obviously you can hold
Yeah,
all this
yeah,
move down.
and see how it does. Yeah, yeah, I see. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's really good. So I mean, yeah, I mean, what would be great, Shiny, if you don't mind, if you can maybe show me some of your trades and as to why
Sure.
why you took the trades that you have.
Sure, yeah. Um, maybe I can share my screen.
Um,
Yeah, just give me a second.
sure, mate.
Um, can you like stop sharing yours so I can?
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Stop here.
Let me see.
Yeah, I think that's done now. Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just go over the XAU trade today. These were very clean. I'll just show you what I was thinking. So I woke up around here. I
Yeah.
actually woke up around here, and the first thing I did was just long XAU, right? So you can see like, can you wait before I explain? Can you see what's happening here yourself? Could you probably explain your point of view? What are you seeing here? Let's just remove that.
Yeah. I can see that there's the can you see my mouse?
You can annotate on the chart. There should be a bottom left on the, I mean, an option, a pen
Oh
option on
yeah,
the
yeah, got it,
bottom
got it.
left.
Cool. Yeah, so I can see that it's held the lows, isn't it? So we've got it's the held this low here, then this low and this low. So we look to be kind of creating that uptrend. Would that be right?
Yeah, but how would you execute on this? How would you trade this?
Yeah. I guess if I was looking at that, so if I was, it looks to be this high.
Yeah,
It didn't create. We got this low here.
yeah,
So it obviously went up, then come down. So then this whole move
right.
didn't create it. It didn't create like a new low.
Yeah,
So I guess I would have hoped to have seen this as maybe okay. So the low has been held.
yeah,
So we could perhaps, because obviously it's been it's not creating it's like an equal low almost, I think.
yeah,
So then maybe, as you say, we could then anticipate it going up in price to here.
right.
Um, and I guess the usual would have been, I would have hoped to have seen a gap, a fair value gap, or seen that the wick down here, so which maybe has given us indication that price can kind of rebound straight away.
Right.
And then, I mean, I guess I would have tried to as well, tried to look for a break of structure in here somewhere. But then I guess I may well have then, if I maybe got in here, I'm not sure if that's too late. I might have then missed a lot of the trade anyway before that it then obviously came back down again.
Right.
Um, what else? What else? What else?
So
I guess I
how would you
yeah.
execute? Where would you place your entry, your stops, your TPs?
Yeah, I guess okay. So for stop loss, I would have because obviously it needed to, stop loss would have been under here somewhere. So I would have obviously probably looked more closer to the gone to like a 5 minute time
Right.
frame or maybe 15 minute and see if I could spot a stop loss, like a candle on if I zoomed out, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
if I zoomed out. And then I guess so let's say this is our stop loss here, and the profit. If I was to be, if I was to act, if I was to act quickly with this, let's say this is the profit going up here. I would have, I guess, hopefully I would have. Well, no, I'm none of it's now up. We're kind of going against it. No, I'm sort of trying to figure it out. But if all this wasn't here, for the minute, and we were just looking at this area
Right.
here. So it looks quite messy. Sorry. I guess.
Yeah, you could clear it. Just where'd you?
Yeah. How do I
Yeah.
undo? Oh, you done it. You done it. So, um, so I guess where's that gone again? So I guess. Oh yeah. I guess I would have maybe looked at areas around here as to where the. So if I did get in, if I managed to get in here, if I did, I guess for me that would have been quite an aggressive trade because there wouldn't have been time for me anyway to have seen if there was a break of structure, other than see we've got the slow grind up within this small area here. There's like the slow grind, but I guess if there was enough profit there and I was able to, and I managed to get in early enough, then I guess I would have probably partialed here.
Right.
Would that be correct? And then I suppose, and then I probably would have taken some more here, more probably around this bit because it looks a bit sort of congested. So I may have looked to sort of TP here, and then knowing what I'm like, I probably wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't have known to exit the trade here. It probably would have. I probably would have exited when it then came back down, and probably into this area here.
Right.
That's probably what I would have done.
Okay, so I'll explain my point of view as well. First of all,
Okay, mate.
obviously the lows here held. First of all, obviously the lows held here. Go this low. Then my idea was simple. We are at the extreme of the FVG again, and then maybe I could clear this out again. Yeah, we are at the extreme of the FVG again here, and we are to likely hold all these lows since I know what XAU is like, and I think you were in the sessions when I explained how and why XAU moves a bit different, right?
Okay.
And you see all these lows held. My entry was here. First of all, I took like an entry. I just ape market long XAU here, but then it came to my entry. Then I added more to the position, and then I obviously TP'd most at. I did not TP most here. I waited for the price to rotate here, and it did. And what I did I close on this rejection here, you may ask, and I'll show it to you why I held through all this. Um, can you see this level here?
Yeah.
It's like you can see this level here. We move to the higher POI. Price moves to the higher POI, it moves here, rejects here, but then it's supported by the highs here, which turned that level. The previous resistance are now turned into support, which just carried the price. And my full TP was this high here, which hit. As this was the, if you go maybe on the hourly or maybe just the 15-minute, you're gonna see that this whole place here is an FVG, and my TP was
Okay.
just like a full fill, first fill of the FVG here, and that was my trade.
Great. Yeah. Brilliant. That's good. And as you say, it looks really good when you look at it because, as you say, it's sort of moved correctly and maybe, as you say, it sort of tells its own story, doesn't it, with the lows holding and
Yeah.
and it gradually increasing the price.
Yeah. And after that, I also did another session with the other boys. I'm not, you didn't want to be, to do it, but I also like shared a short like this there, and I'll explain this as well. So it's basically, you see like a, let me just mark this out as well. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So you see like this is the full fill of the FPG. You have seen my POI video, right? Or maybe you were there when I explained it. You have seen it, right? Hello?
Yeah, maybe go over it again, mate, if you don't mind, please.
It's like you mark the order blocks here, and then let me just mark from here. You mark the order blocks here, the whole order blocks. Then what you do is you take out the 0.5 of that. Let me clear this out. So you take the 0.5 of that, and then you combine that with the FVG in mind. You see a small FVG here, and
Yeah.
so an overlap or an overlap. Let me just mark this out. An overlap of FVG and 0.5 of aura blocks, with confluence of maybe an NPOC or bid slash ask imbalances on aura flow are what makes up my POIs.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think this helps really, because this is how I really just mark my POIs. And now you can see, we haven't gone into the Oracle section yet, but now you can see why this POI is marked, right? It was the 0.5 and it rejected right from there. Literally the top here where those are overlapping each other. And then what happened afterwards, I can probably just clean this out. So what happened afterwards was you see this, wait, let me. So you see like a rejection from the POI first, then you see that this low here broke. That's a breaker structure. First of all, what you want to
Okay.
see is like a rejection in your short POI. Then you want to see a breaker structure. That's confirmation to you. Like I just told you, when you're trading a trend and the trend first breaks, you want to look for the extreme of the trend from where the move happened. Now you're getting me, right? Where did the move happen from? From here. So we got to break a structure. We got to break a structure here. We got to break a structure here. And then what we do is probably enter on retrace. You see this FVG here? This
On the
whole place is an
retrace.
FVG. We took an entry here. And then our TP was what? The extreme of where the move happened. And here we go. And we hit full TP and then we fully retrace up on this move.
Yeah, that was, as you say, an excellent trade. Yeah, I'm just looking at that just while you marked it out and while you're talking about it. Yeah, I can see what you've done. I can see what you've done. You've really sort of zoomed in, haven't you, to the the breakup structure, and then when it's then retraced back to entry, and
Yeah.
then take it there. And then, as you say, yeah. So then I now understand why now, as you mentioned, the full TP would be at that down at that area there because yeah, that was the candle, as you said, what that created the move in the first place. Yeah, yeah, cool. Because that's the. I mean, it's a difficult. Well, it's a great problem to have when you're trying to work out the profit and stuff, isn't it? Your target is it's a great problem to have because of course, yeah, particularly if you're in profit already and it's moving, then fantastic. But yeah, it's just understanding, why, and that's why, seeing what you're doing is for me certainly, and I guess for many others, is almost like a mystery as to why we should, how you're able to, get many of your trades so accurate. Because as I say, we can't myself. It seems a mystery as to how you can get it so bang on. But that's why I wanted to, yeah, understand those things so it's just so I can realise and get a bigger picture, so I can incorporate that into my trading.
Yeah, and if you can at least mimic what I do, I think you can start to develop a strategy on your own, and then you can
Yeah,
benefit of that very well. So my goal is to just explain my thing, and then everything that I know, obviously, our flow, a combination of both. Then it's really on you after that, which what suits you
yeah,
most, right? You could even just exactly mimic my everything that I do, and that would be great as well. But what I want is you to first of all understand my strategy, then probably mimic that, and then develop on your own. But I'll tell you the strategy that you will develop after this as well will be literally just the same as me, right? So just mimicking my everything that I do, it's great. And I don't say that I am someone to be looked up to, but you would realize that I have gone through so many different strategies, but this is the one that has benefited me the most. I've gone through price action ones, I've gone through order flow ones, and this is the one that has really everything that you need to know, that a person needs to know to be able to trade price action charts, right?
Right. Yeah, brilliant. Because I mean, I started with lots of indicators, this and this and that, and now I am looking just at a naked chart, which is which I've found more beneficial for sure. But as I say, in some way, it's made it a little harder because where it is such a naked chart, you're looking at purely price action, so it's just can be hard. Yeah, but no, that's brilliant, mate.
But
And yeah, could I,
but don't you think that this is great? Like you don't need to have any external source tell you where price is gonna move. You yourself are so capable that all you need is a naked chart and you can trade that.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, yeah, I'd love to. Yes, so that is very very much the position that I want to get to because, as you say, it's if that's if, that's such a strong strategy, isn't it? Of being able to be successful at this. So yeah, for sure, it's excellent. It's amazing. So I so I so much want to make it work. Definitely.
Also, like I want to ask you that, let's just say, okay, can you use the pen tool?
It seems to have disappeared.
Um,
Oh, so I've got it here.
yes, yeah,
Yeah,
sure, yeah. So I want you to tell me how or what are you seeing on XAU here on my chart right now, and how would you trade it?
yeah. It looks So I mean, again, so we've got the lows here. But we've got so the no there's and of course the low here, but no highs have been broken, have they? Apart from a couple of the wicks there. So if I was to perhaps anticipate maybe, I guess going long, I would. I mean, there's a low there, low. Nothing's come below this area here. So um, I would I would maybe, if I was say just entering at this area here, I would look that it's come in and tapped or took some of the FUG, the gap in this area here. If there's an FVG in there, and then look for a breaker structure. Not sure if it's happened already. I need to get a bit better at sort of identifying the breaker structure. Um, but I guess I would anticipate because there's been no proper low formed. Um, on the flip side, there's no immediate kind of higher highs. In fact, it's kind of sort of going down a bit here because but it's sort of turning upwards a bit. So maybe I would look to, I guess, sort of go long but I would hope to have got in, as I say, sort of down, down in this area here,
Right.
and then manage the trade, and then I guess going what you've just been talking about so far. If it was to go up like in like up here, then I would
Right.
look to sort of TP here, and partials here, and then I guess sort of see how I get on.
Wait, why would you partials at this high? Why here?
Um,
What you
or
want to do is you
particularly,
want to partials at this POI here, because what a price could do is like front run your partials, come back down. Because breaking of
yeah,
this high would just lead it to probably go a bit higher, then come back. And
okay,
an indication is that the bears won't let you break that high, really.
yeah, yeah. Because that's a good point, isn't it? Because obviously there's if we look at this, we've got the high here and the high, and then it's another one here. So I guess it's sort of going down. I guess it's telling us maybe we're going sort of downwards, isn't it?
Yeah,
Um, rather than perhaps upwards. So as you say, be if that was a trend, a trade against the trend.
yeah,
If I got it here, I could then partials here around this sort of area. Yeah, so I can see, but that makes sense. It's just in the trade is just being more sort of eagle-eyed and just being more focused on really kind of intra moment moment, because as you say, you know, it's a trade against the trend, well, it looks likely to be against the trend. So I need to be wary of that, because as you say, if it does reverse on me and continues downwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could you
Yeah.
mark that? Could you mark yeah, go on, go on.
No, that's okay, mate. No, I was just, I was, yeah. I think you basically corrected as to what I would do there. So, and of course you're correct. So it's, yeah, that's fine, mate. I've got the gist of that, and what to do in that scenario if I was in that trade. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Be really focused on on those intra moments, the
yeah,
candles and so on.
yeah. And
Cool.
also like if I clear this out, I can show you that where you want to go long is probably here. Which the did this slow break? I have seen. I think this slow broke. Yeah. So what we could do right now is we could probably either sweep this low here, or maybe hold this low, and then first of all tap this high here. I mean this POI here, then go a little above, then probably just run these lows. So this could probably happen, and you could like take a trade out fair. So what you were expecting here was like look at all these low highs here. Which high would you really target, right? So it comes to question, because you said you want to TP the high, and the logic is flawed. If you want to TP this high, why not TP this high? Why not TP this high, right? So
Yeah.
that's why I told to TP this full fill of FEG, because it could like just tell you that hey, this is a POI, and it got rejected from here, right? Instead of trying to like take the low here, which would be most of the times it's very low probability, and you don't really want to go with low probability, then you're just depending on luck, right? And you don't really want to
Yeah.
solely
Yeah.
depend on luck.
No, absolutely not. No. So again,
Also,
I'm just,
I think the session is about to end. There's 1 minute. You want to say something? Yeah. Go on, go on.
no, it's okay, mate. No, again, I can watch this video back, which is great. So I can go over what you
Also,
said.
you can see that there we got a reaction from the POI here.
Yeah,
So this is how you want to mark and then trade them.
yeah. Okay, I need to play around with that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not. Yeah,
If
cool.
you do have any questions, you can DM me and then ask me there as well.
Cool. Oh, mate. Well, I'll continue to practice